could be true, and I hope such a thing never happens to you. But it happened, they say, to poor Mayzie McGoo, and it happened like this.
She was sitting one day at her desk in her school in her usual way when she felt a small twitch on the top of her head. So Maisie looked up and almost dropped dead. Something peculiar was going on there.
Maisie was frightened right out of her hair. Behind her was sitting young Herman Butch Strudel.
This looks like a daisy up here on your noodle. It doesn't make sense. Why it couldn't be so? A noodle's no place for a daisy to grow.
Dad, oh, mother boy, Einstein Van Tez, the brightest young man in the whole of the class.
It's a very odd place to be sprouting a daisy, but nevertheless, one is growing on Mayzie.
This looks like a daisy up here on her noodle. It doesn't make sense. Why it couldn't be so? A noodle's no place for a daisy to grow.
Then up spoke another boy, Einstein Van Tez, the brightest young man in the whole of the class.
It's a very odd place to be sprouting a daisy, but nevertheless, one is growing on Mayzie.
Hey, look it! Right here in this room! Daisy head Maisie! She is bursting in bloom!
Miss Nature, the teacher, came rushing up quick.
Such nonsense! Some child here is playing a trick. Which one of you boys stuck the thing in her hair? You know that the daisy could never grow there.
But teacher, I saw the thing rise right out of her head with my very own eyes. Just give it a yank if you think I tell lies.
But Miss Nature had heard quite enough of this talk.
Maisie, hold still. Let me get at that stalk.
Quit yanking! You're giving her pains! I'll bet that those roots go way down in her brains.
Kids in the class started yelling like crazy.
Daisy
Daisy
head,
head! Daisy head! Daisy head! Maisie! Daisy head! Daisy head! Daisy head! Maisie!
Daisy.
Children, be quiet. Good grief and alas.
Miss Nature was shocked by the noise in her class.
I've taught in this room for 20 years, maybe more, but I've never seen anything like this before. I'll have to report it. You'll have to come to the principal's office and show Mr. Grum.
My word! It's a gin with Daisy. I've seen them quite often in fields growing wild, but never before on the head of a child. Now, what in the world ever made this thing sprout? I have no idea, but I'm going to find out.
Say, look it!
Wilting, it's drooping. How wonderful, Mayzie. It soon will be dead. You'll get rid of that daisy.
In just a few minutes, the troubles will pass. Take her back to class.
Saw a most terrible sight. The daisy was fine, and that was all right. But the daisy was part of poor Mayzie McGrew, and Mayzie was starting to wilt away.
Teacher, you know what I think? They're both going to die. Hurry, bring them a drink. The Daisy, that girl's the worst problem in town. You take her away and you make her lie down. You lock her up tight in that room down the hall. There are quite a few numbers that I've got to call. Get Maisie's parents on the end of the line. I need them here quickly when there is still time.
Meanwhile, poor Mayzie lay down on a couch. The Daisy slumped down on his sleeve in a slouch. And the sweet-smelling Daisy attracted a swarm of bees. Bees? Bees!
The faster she ran, the faster they flew. So Mayzie kept running. What else could she do? She ran all the way back to school.
Grum didn't know what to do.
Poor little daughter, the Daisy. It's true. I'm going to faint.
Cried Mrs. McGrew.
The door opened wide, and Pinico the agent stepped inside.
I am Flamingo the agent. You heard of me, I'm sure. Mayzie, you're so special. Let me shake your hand. Your talent is wondrous, seeing unique in all the land. Daisy had Mayzie, you've got quite a knack. Just stick with me, kid, and sign this contract. Your flower needs a sign too.
Mayzie, don't be a fool.
The fever was gripping the nation. It had quickly become a whirlwind sensation.
Daisy had burgers, and Daisy had drinks. Daisy had stockings, and Daisy had stinks. Daisy had buttons, and Daisy had bows. Mayzie was famous, the star of her shows.
But what is money without friends? A dream had led her far astray. That was the price she had to pay. Poor Mayzie said,
I can never go home. Nobody loves me.
Nobody loved her. Poor Mayzie McGrew. It's hard to believe such a thing could be true. Maybe that's why. Then is Daisy above, when Mayzie below began talking of love. Well, you know about daisies. When your love is in doubt, the job of a daisy is try and find out.
They love her. They love her not. They love her. They love her not. Don't worry, Mayzie. They love you.
You love me.
well, that's what happened. The thing went away, and Mayzie McGrew is quite happy today.
Concerning that daisy, you know that it never goes out of her head ever again. Well, it particularly never popped up there again, excepting occasionally, just now and then.
After all, I'm getting used to it.